because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day.
This is Joe Pugh for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Back in England, a little bit tanned, not too much.
It's not much of a tan, is it? It's not much. Everyone else has got a good tan. You're like mixed race, like, but I've not gone paler.
What was it like being interviewed by someone else at IFL, mate?
Didn't feel right, to be fair. I didn't really understand him. Andrew McCart waffles, didn't he? I'm only joking.
I'll take Andy in this.
I'm only joking. No, I like Andrew McCart, but it's nothing like an interview from home, is it?
No, not in this manner, mate. Anyway, not in this manner. Right, first of all, we will touch on Harley. Just wasn't his night. Probably a little step up too far because he's only done 4 rounds before.
Yeah, step up too far, but something Harley himself couldn't refuse. He wanted to do it. They have obviously had their problem before, and I think Harley just wanted to settle it. Step up too far. A few camp issues, but listen, hats off to Harley for staying in there. Round 5, I spoke to Harley. I wanted to pull him out. He told me no. He wanted to carry on. If he held on for another 2 rounds, he's got more bollocks than most. You know what I mean? So listen, a lot of people will slate him and trash talk him a bit for it, but he showed a bit of heart. Showed he's going to go for it and can't knock it.
Obviously, there was back and forth for like the last 6-7 months now, but then after the fight, Fazan did say that he's a little bitch and he's still living off his dad's name. Just do you think that's right? Just after the fight, surely it should be put to bed.
Listen, Harley wound him up for months and months. Fazan buried his head in the sand and done all his talking after the fight, so you can't knock him for that. If someone wound me up for months, the minute I'd beat him, I'd be doing worse.
While she was out there, another big fight on the other side of the world, obviously Romero versus Ismael Barosso. A fight that I'm sure you'd be very, very interested in. OD, 120 days, everyone knows it now. But what did you make of that stoppage?
Oh, awful stoppage. Listen, once we smash the crap out of ROLLY, we'll give Barosso the title shot straight away. Barosso was in charge in that fight. Looked great. Dropped him twice. They claimed one was a push down. Answering back in that flurry. Did you watch the flurry? He was answering back, and the referee jumped in. It's just one of them things. It's just bad to see. See, the only thing with Barosso, Barosso's always off balance. So you can sort of argue the fact that maybe he did look a bit more hurt than what it was because he swings, he's off balance. There's a few fighters that are the same, but it was a weak stoppage, I think, and I think ROLLY and OHARA'S going to be very interesting.
120 days. Is there any worry in your mind that WBA might call for a rematch straight away between ROLLY and Ismael Barosso?
Of course there's worry, of course there is, but hopefully they stick to their word, give us the shot, and then we can give Barosso a shot after that, because 2 years ago, OHARA was supposed to fight Barosso anyway, so it's about time they met in the ring.
That OD said today that was signed by the WBA, that they've committed to that. So, from your point of view, would there be any legal parameters if they did decide to go against that and went for the Barosso fight, or, as ROLLY was saying after the fight, a bigger name such as Ryan Garcia?
Yeah, listen, I'm pretty sure if something else gets made, I'm pretty sure OHARA'S manager Lee Eaton will be chasing him with his lawyers and his letters. There'll be a few strongly worded emails, I reckon, but I'll leave that to them. I've just got to coach them and get them ready, haven't I, really? There's
been sparring stories. I know you weren't there, but obviously at OD.
Yeah, right.
What does OD do to ROLLY then, and does he repeat what he done in that sparring session?
I think OD will be too strong for him. But with the strength and with how much stronger I think he will be, we've still got to be mindful. ROLLY's still young and fresh and very, very game. But I just think OD's just that little bit above. But there's always going to be that doubt with people with OHARA because he's supposed to be this quitter, but his mindset's completely different now. everyone doubted him in the Ritson fight, and I was so confident in the Ritson fight. I knew what O'Hara could do, so I think he'd do exactly the same with Romero.
So you're just as confident that he will do the same to ROLLY than what he done to Ritson?
100%, yeah, certain. Probably in the same fashion as well, because that's what we work on.
After the Barosso fight, ROLLY was very dismissive of O'Hara. Do you think that's because he's genuinely looking to them bigger names, or he is trying to avoid OD? Because obviously the sparring stories, and in the States, OD isn't the biggest draw, is he? So it's not the big money fight that he's looking for, but he is mandatory for the WBA title.
Yeah, I see one interview he says he don't know who O'Hara is. I'm pretty sure he knows who O'Hara is, and I'm pretty sure he knows about O'Hara's left hand. But listen, there's money to be made out there, so he's going to call the bigger names. So you can't blame him for that. But listen, he's your mandatory. You fight the guy.
Do you think that fight happens over in the States?
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I wish it was in Dubai. I'd like to go back. You know what I mean? But
So would I.
yeah. I'd like to take you to Dubai, actually. I'll probably owe you an holiday. But yeah.
Oh, steady on, grooming me now. Giving me clothes, holidays, what's going on?
Not Philip Schofield, isn't I? I think it will be in the States, definitely.
Do you think it will happen in that 120 days? Or do you reckon, pushbacks, fight dates?
I hope there's no pushbacks. I really hope there's not. Obviously, if we want it in that time. I don't want O'Hara having inactivity, but anything can happen. We've had the worst luck with O'Hara so far, so nothing shocks me.
Just at the gym today, we was talking about off camera that it's so busy. You're taking on so many fighters. Just a little quick roundup of the stable, Will.
Jordan Perkins, my man there, my English champion in 6 fights, most dedicated fighter, most focused fighter I've ever met in my life. Had him from his debut, love him to bits, family man with us now, he's in our family. Willow's chief babysitter as well. I've got Sonny Liston Ali with Frank Warren, 6-0. Another great performance last fight.
When's he out next?
Sonny, looking at July, August, depends if a fight that we think's going to happen gets announced. So Bilal Ali, I've got Thomas Galbraith, O'Hara Davies, obviously. You've seen 2 fighters in here that I can't name that have come and had a little trial with me. But listen, I'm open to train anyone that puts the work in. People graft and they take it seriously and don't waste my time or theirs. All I want is 100% dedication from someone that comes through the doors. Listen, give me the 100% while you're here. Go home and do what you like. As long as you do your run in the evening, that's all I can ask.
Another thing we was talking about was if/when OD brings that title back to the gym, you're going to be a world champion trainer. So there's going to be people knocking at your door, kind of already made, but you like the rawness, you like to build people up, and you don't really want people jumping on the bandwagon, do you?
Not really. This isn't a vanity thing or anything. I like what I like. I like getting the boys from nothing and see if I can do something. I think it shows if I can coach or not, really. Like bar O'Hara, everyone has started their career with me. Do you know what I mean? Apart from Bilal as well, but I just feel like getting someone from the beginning and starting their journey with them is the right thing. I hope we get the world title with O'Hara, and it builds the profile of not me but the gym, everyone in the stable who we've got. Like, hopefully that win will put us on the map a bit, because the boys work hard enough and they deserve it. And I'm not looking to take on any more fighters. I've got enough. I've got too much stress. I think I'm losing my hair. I don't know.
Well, you've been losing it since I've known you, mate. Little podcast as well, you said?
Yeah, so an idea in the gym is to do, we're talking with a few friends, start a podcast in the gym. I can talk for Britain, so can some others, and I don't mind asking people questions. I think I'll be very good at your job.
Do it, mate. Take my job.
One day you need to take me out with you, and I'll ask some proper personal questions. I don't mind talking about stuff. So, we're going to do it in the gym. I've invited you down. I've invited Louis down as well. So, see if we
Who's
can.
Louis?
Louis. See if we can do it.
Yeah, 100%. I'm well up for that. But last one then. You say you'd think you'd be good at my job. You'd stick it on people.
Yeah.
Who would be the one that you'd want to interview and
Interview
have it on?
most?
Yeah, have it up. Like, stick it on and go. Come on.
Oh, That's a question and a half. Coogan, actually. I'd like to ask Coogan some personal questions. And,
Coogan don't get in front of the camera anymore,
and ask
mate.
why he wears a vest everywhere he can go. He loves a vest, that guy, doesn't he?
I like them
He's got
vests.
the longest arms in the world. He loves a vest. But no, yeah, I'd like to question Coogan, to be honest.
You know what they say about people with long arms, mate? We'll leave it there, we'll leave it there. Free. Go on, right. Well, Joe, thank you very much for being to IFL TV, and I'll see.
Because I refuse to not be first.
Do we do enough? Well, I never shut up about it.
It must have been about 16, 17. We nicked their guilt rings. Right, the bouncer's guilt ring.
This is no good for me. That's the reality. If you want the honest truth, and I see it every day,